this frame better than the next. It's better quality, you would all agree. You can actually see this gentleman, instead of being Minecraft, it's still pixelated. Understand it is a standard definition camera, not HD. It's analog and not digital. But we can see the gentleman has a prominent nose, which wasn't present in the compressed version of the video. And by putting those same filters on, this is the CSI stuff. You actually get some definition from it. Now I understand that's magnified up 400 times. Let's go back to natural view. I can turn all these filters on and off. So that's what it looks like before. Well, you might actually get somebody that says, you know, I know him, that's Bob Smith from down the road. What's he doing breaking in the Pro Bowl? And we did get tips based on that image. So, I said Omnivore gets video. So here's a video of something we did a while back. So, kind of see license plate there, but it's never really quite in focus. Oh, there's somebody sitting there. So, it's running slow because I'm using all the RAM in my computer right now. Again, this allows us then to go in. There's your license plate, BAA 402, clarified. That's the native, that's clarified. That's pretty clear, that's the more CSI stuff. You can actually see reflections in the paint, that's how good of a job that you get from the clarification that aren't there natively. Isolate that same video. And then, there's your bad guy. Back from the rear view mirror. When we did work on this one, I actually turned to my colleague who had 17 years of experience and I said, hey, Gary, that's some real CSI stuff right there. He laughed because he knew it was right, because we have the ability to do that, and it's fantastic. And like I said, every time I do it, look what happens. It generates a report. That when I go into court, I can say the original image is unchanged, and here's how I know. Each value is hashed. I can bring that clarified image back into Photoshop and simply turn off those filters. Here's what it looks like before. Here's what it looks like after. Pretty cool. So, I get real geeky about this stuff because that's cool, you know. Because we were stuck. We'd spend a couple days just trying to get the video even to play to see if we have anything. And then going from there, we would maybe get some information called in from media sources when we released the information out. But most of the time we didn't because it was a really bad quality video. Or very bad quality images that were released. So, to be able to get that product and to be able to do what we do with it is amazing. So let's say I have that image from the rear view mirror, and what can I do with it? I don't know who it is. Maybe the plate doesn't come back to the face I see in the mirror. Maybe it comes back to his girlfriend or whatnot. The Indiana Fusion Center, Professor Hoffer kind of referred to that. I am the district coordinator. I don't have to be anything other than a cop to request information and assistance from them. But the fusion centers across the nation are specifically that. They're for intelligence either gathering, sharing, or for law enforcement to use to help with in this state, with the assistance of a criminal predicate. So if we believe that a crime is caused and there's a reason to ask for the information, they assist us with that. So Project Lens is one of the functions that the Indiana Intelligence Fusion Center does. Free service for all law enforcement officers. We have to send it down through verified channels. We can't just say, hey, I'm going to send you my AOL email account, send it through. It's got to go through secure servers, and it has to be from Indiana. So what it does is it uses facial recognition mapping. Those are points of identification. And what you can do then with that image So, this is a good example, because this is the product we tested. This is the image file we got. This is taken from security video in the security office of a local retailer. We feed this image in, and what I helped NEC with when we were testing it is back then it would take, and you'd have to do all different sorts of image clarification. And so this is with cropped, this is sharpening the image, this is deconvolution of the image. I'm trying to remember. And it's a pretty strong image by itself. So it used to happen with their product is you get a list of potential hits. NEC got really excited with this one. They wanted it to go to court because they haven't had it tested yet. They can't say that it's an identification tool. They can say it's a lead tool for law enforcement right now. And the reason being is that it doesn't identify. It gives you a list of potential candidates that you see in the other image. At the bottom, that's your list of candidates. Now what normally would happen is we'd run those different clarified images through, and this guy may be number 5 here in one list, number 15 in the next, number 304 in the next list, or whatnot. So I told them, I was like, you know, it's kind of silly for law enforcement, if you're trying to speed the process up, you have to go through and pick the guy out. Can't you write a line of program in there to take and modulate the 4 or 5 filters that you're running and give me the test results from that, which is what they ended up doing, and give me results back. This is the most likely candidate, next most likely, next most likely, from the calculation of those 4 values. So this is a real high quality image. Normally we don't have that, but it identified him from the points of identification that you saw in that slide. And what was exciting for NEC is because normally that's what would happen. You'd have him be number 3 in one slide, or one image, number 15 in the next, and so on and so forth. So when we ran this image through, all 6 different images that we fed, it identified the same guy. What's that mean for NEC? Their product just ID'd somebody. So they really wanted to go for court, and they wanted me to testify to it, because I was comfortable as a forensic examiner and analyst saying, your tool just identified the suspect in our case. And here's how I know it does it, because it uses those points of identification that you see on the face, and those are pretty specific to, it uses the center eye, tip of the nose, and a bunch of different places on the face, which are unique for the most part to you. NEC, for those of you who don't know, they're the real company that's behind the AFIS fingerprint identification system that helps identify unknown fingerprints. So they're really good at this, but they haven't proven it as that. So they got all excited. He ended up pleading guilty straight up. They were wanting to even take a plea deal. It's just like, yeah, that was me. And never got to court. So they're still waiting, but they got excited because it did it. So that's some of the stuff we do. So that's it. Boy, I talked a long time. I really love this. I appreciate that you guys are getting into this field coming up. For some of you, I know most of you probably won't go into law enforcement. For those of you, they were hiring, by the way, I'm so you might be interested in that. It's really kind of the future. I mean, technology's not going to go away. We all know that. You guys are all going to be gainfully employed when you graduate from one of these fine laws of this institution. But it's really neat how